Hello. Welcome to Cajun Prairie Knits, take two. um, Redoing my intro for my first episode. Uh, my name is Kim, and I'm from Louisiana, and the dog is staring at me. He doesn't know who I'm talking to. Uh, and yes, I live in a very small town, Louisiana. And there aren't many, or I'm sure there's somebody who knits around here. I don't know anybody who does. There aren't any yarn stores around here. The closest yarn store is about an hour away. Um, there isn't even like a Joann's or a Michael's. Those are an hour away also. So, um, my knitting group is basically people on the internet. I watch and listen to a lot of podcasts and discovered them about a little over a year ago. I don't know how I didn't know that this existed, but I just completely hooked as soon as I started. I think the Bakery Bears might have been the first one I watched, or it was close to if it wasn't the first one I watched, and loved that one. Love Tilly Trout. Tilly's she's my favorite. Not supposed to have favorites, but she's my favorite. And I really like her style of podcast is appealing to me because similar to what I'm probably gonna do, because I don't sell anything or design anything. Um, just never fun. Although I love watching people who make bags and dye beautiful yarns and designers. I think that's all. I love seeing how they do that. Um, but it's just not what I'm going to do. And so anyway, I thought this seems to be the way to talk to people, to get to know people in the knitting community. So I'm gonna give it a try. I will, besides knitting, I also spin on drop spindles so far. I did order my first wheel, which I'm not sure when it'll come in. It's back ordered, so I'm getting a wool maker's bliss, and hopefully that I'll have it in February sometime, and I'm very excited about that. And I have a big plan for what I'm gonna do once I learn how to use it. But I'll go over that whenever I get it. So there will be a little bit of spinning, mostly knitting. I do crochet. My mom taught me to crochet when I was probably 7 or 8. I don't crochet much because it's hard on my wrists. But I've been knitting probably for about 12 years, so a little while. I need to stop saying Yes, so the other things I might talk about would be TV and movies that I've been watching. So I don't know if there are any X-Files fans out there, but the X-Files is back for 6 episodes, and I love the X-Files, so very excited about that. So that's the TV that I'm interested in right now. And the other thing would be maybe thrifting. My sister and I love to go to thrift, Goodwill, or flea markets, antique places, and look for really cool old things. And this mug is from I think my sister got it at a Goodwill. Pretty sure. We got 4 of them. I got those for my birthday last year, and drinking some chocolate mint tea from Harney and Sons, which I love their teas. They're all good so far. Everyone I've tried, I've liked. And the next part of the podcast, which I filmed first, I'm not drinking this. I'm drinking my English breakfast tea from the Morning, which is Yorkshire. Yorkshire. It's not the gold. It's the one with the red band. I love that one too. I can only find it at TJ Maxx and World Market. So I have to make a special trip to find that one. But it's really good. Love those breakfast teas. I think that's it for introductions. I did say who I am on the internet at the end of the next part, but I'll say it again. I am Jane Austen on Ravelry, just like the author, JaneAusten. I got on Ravelry in beta back in 2007, so I really got to pick whatever name I wanted, and I've been really my Jane Austen love started in 1995 whenever the Colin Firth Pride and Prejudice played on TV, and then I read all the books. And so anyway, that was right around internet, email and all that time in the mid 90s. So all of my internet names are Jane Austen related. My Instagram name is J Austen 1775, all together. Okay, and next I'll be showing you my projects. So let me show you what I've been doing lately. This is the last thing I finished. This is my Wave-like shawl by Stephen West. I love Stephen West. His patterns are just so much fun to knit. I knit my first shawl was a Stephen West shawl back in 2011, something, whatever year he did the first mystery knit. I just missed that, and I knit the what's it called? Forgot the name of it. I'll get it one day. Anyway, I knit that shawl, and I have not stopped knitting shawls since then. They are just so much fun, and before that, the only shawls I'd ever seen were very lacy, feminine, pretty, shawls, which are lovely, but not my style at all. And so it was, I like geometric things and stripes, and I like lace, little bits of lace in between, like garter stitch or stockinette or something like that. I don't like it just lace all over. But anyway, I really enjoy this. It's all garter stitch. It's super squishy. It's a really weird shape. I'll take it off in a minute, but I used 5 different colors and 4 different yarns. 5 different colors and 4 different yarn brands to make this. The blue is Knit Picks Gloss in the Midnight, something like that. There's a white stripe that goes all throughout, and that's Cascade Heritage, just the sock yarn. I don't even know if it has, just the white. I don't know what the color is. This light sort of turquoise color is Collinette Jitterbug and Elephant's Daydream, and this is the 3rd thing I made out of this color, this skein of yarn, and finally ran out of it. So I did actually do a little bit of striping towards the end where I ran out. The pink right here, this pink check is Madeline Tosh Merino Light, and the edging is also Tosh Merino Light. This is Edison Bulb, and this is Vintage Sorry. And those 2 are both leftovers from my exploration station. This was a hat, two hats. Yeah, this was two different hats. And the blue and white were I hadn't used those for anything yet. Um, so anyway, it was really fun. It took me forever to knit it. Started it in March, May last year sometime, and then just cast on all kinds of other things in between, and didn't finish it until a week or two ago. But I did enjoy it the whole time. Every time I picked it up, it was fun to knit. So I'm gonna take it off so you can see, because Steven's patterns are always a weird shape or something going on. So it has this little short end over here, and then this little sort of a check looking design right there with the pink, and then it's got this long arm to the other point, and that's where I did the extra striping where I ran out. And this is where you start, and then he's got these really interesting increases and decreases that just make this cool shape, and it fits really well. It's warm. I wore it at the beach the other day, the beach in the winter. That was fun, and it definitely kept me warm. And I love garter stitch, so it's very squishy. So that's my wave like. And the other thing I recently finished was this hat. This is the split back snowflake hat by Susan B. Anderson. And the red is Knit Picks City Tweed DK, I think. And the yellow is Rowan, I think it's Pure Wool DK. I don't know what the color is for the yellow. The red is, I believe it's Blue Blood. But it's got a cabled brim, but you do that back and forth, and then you join in the round and start knitting the colorwork section with the snowflakes, which is really easy. This is only the second colorwork thing I've ever done, I think, and it turned out pretty well. Hat fits. There's the crown is sort of like a flat crown, and then I put a tassel on it. I think it's okay. This is the inside, and the way it fits, this part didn't actually have to stretch a lot, because it's actually mostly this part that goes around. I'm just gonna put it on quick. I don't look very good in hats because I wear glasses. And anyway, I'm always trying to find a hat that fits, stays on my head, and doesn't squeeze my glasses, and keeps my ears warm at the same. Yeah. So there's that, and this is actually very good if you wear glasses. This is a good hat pattern. The split gives you a little bit of, it's covering my ears, but it's not tight. And the this yarn has, I think it's 50% alpaca, so it's really warm. So that part is really the part where it would stretch, and then the color work is on top of my head. So anyway, I like it, and I've worn it a few times, and I definitely really like it. The only time it wasn't warm enough was when the wind was blowing really hard and it blew up in through here. But if the wind's not too bad, it was perfect. So that's the latest two things that I've finished, and I am working on many things. I cast on too many things towards the end of the year last year, so I'm trying to just finish those, and before I make too many new things. which I'm doing well. I finished the wave like. Can't remember. I finished something else that I had on the needles for a while too, but can't remember what it was. Anyway, this one has been on. I've been knitting for a little while too. Not super long, but I don't. I don't usually finish things very fast because I tend to knit a lot of things at once, and I don't have that much knitting time to begin with, and I don't knit very fast. But it's all fun. So I love this shawl. This is the Whispering Island shawl by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade, and this is what it looks like. It's really big. I think she used an Aran weight, but I had this Patton's Classic Wool, which is a regular worsted weight. So that's what I used. The main part is the natural mix colorway, and I am on to the border, which you can do the whole thing in one color, or you can change colors for the border. And I didn't have enough yarn to do it all in this color, which actually it's not very good color on me, but I love this color. So but I really like natural colors, even if they don't look very good. So I made it anyway. And I just added the dark red. I don't know if you can see that. There's a row of eyelets. And then I'm starting another little section with these little bumps on it. And it's super easy. If you haven't knit a Helen Stewart pattern, they're really easy to follow. She has like a spreadsheet, and you just mark off each row as you do it, and it tells you how far you are along. I'm 65% done as you go through, so keeps you motivated, and they're very easy and fun to knit. I've knit Pebble Beach twice last year, which I don't usually knit the same pattern twice. And I knit 2 of those, and they both got taken. Well, one was a gift. My sister took one, and my mom got one for her birthday. And they both love those, so I'll have to make me one. So I'll be knitting that one 3 times at some point, because it's great. Anyway, this is the Plum Heather, and it'll probably take a skein and a half to do the bottom of that shawl. And this is what I'm currently knitting on the most, because we're in the middle of the cold winter season here, which is not very cold for very long this year. We'll have a couple of days where it's really cold, about in the 30s or 40s, which is really cold for Louisiana. And then it'll go up to 70 or almost, the mid 70s, which is horrible. Anyway, so I want to finish it while I can wear it. So that's that. And what else? This is the latest thing that I started. I should have brought the other one along. 2008 maybe. I made a hat. I was trying to copy a hat that Bruce Springsteen wore in 1975 or 76 I think it was 75 at a concert in London, and at the Hammersmith, which is this famous concert. It was his first time he played in England. I love Bruce Springsteen, so bear with me. Anyway, I love that hat, and I wanted to copy it. And I was really a fairly new knitter then, and I could not figure out how. It's a ribbed hat, but it just didn't look like a normal ribbed hat. So it looked like it was doubled. The edge didn't look like when I knitted a hat. It didn't look the same. It looked like it was like doubled. So I knit this is alpaca yarn, 100% alpaca. I basically knit a giant football shape. I knit a hat, and then I undid a provisional cast on and knit another hat off of it, and then stuffed one inside the other. And it was gigantic, and it didn't fit, and it didn't work. So it went in my closet for years, and then now that I know more about knitting, I figured out probably what it was a machine made. It wasn't a handmade hat that he was wearing. It was it was probably a tubular cast on is what I was seeing that I didn't even know existed. So I ripped out the other hat, and I did a tubular cast on. I don't know if you can see that at all. The black yarn. And I am now knitting the latest free hat pattern by Buckaloo View, and it's just the rib is basically the same, and I like the way her decreases are at the top. So I did it's not a tubular cast on in the pattern, but I did that, and then I'm just gonna follow the pattern after that until it gets to the length that I think it's gonna have be able to be folded over and then still be slouchy. So I'm excited about that. That should actually be a extremely warm hat, and I'll finish it whenever. And let's see what else. This one, if you noticed, I didn't have any project bags yet. I have 3 project bags. This was my first ever one I got for a present. As a present, it's what is it? June Rice Fiber Arts, and it's just a drawstring bag. It's reversible. There's no interfacing or anything. It's just the 2 pieces of material, so it's very squishy and closes up real nice. So great to throw in another bag. And this is the Raina shawl. I can't remember who. It's a free pattern. I can't remember who the designer is, but I'm knitting it with Miss Babs. Oh no, Northumberland. It's a BFL, 100% BFL, and I love the color. It's called Believable. I'm pretty sure it's Believable. And I don't know if it's showing right, but that's also the wrong side. It's blues and greens and gold and gray, teal. I love all these colors. And it's super easy. I got a little stick of it. It's just stockinette. Garter stitch and then lace. And this last lace section was supposed to be twice as big as what it is, but I just was tired of doing it, so I switched back to garter stitch, and I'm gonna knit until I run out of yarn. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it a little bit for my sock yarn blanket, which I forgot to bring. But that is, let's see if we can focus on that. That's the yarn. That's great. And I'm not real worried about finishing it because, like I said, I'm not all that excited about working on it right now. I would like to wear it, but I don't really feel like working on it. So maybe after I finish Whispering Islands, I'll work on that. Okay, one more shawl. This is my Doodler shawl, again by Stephen West. This is my the third mystery knit along I've done. I did Rockefeller. It's the 4th. Rockefeller, Color Craving, Exploration Station, and then the Doodler. The only one I didn't do was Earth and Sky, which is fine because I actually don't really like that one. I love all the other ones. So this is mine. I've got clue 1 and 2 done, and I'm on clue. Yeah, 1, 2. I'm on 3, right? Yeah. And I'm still in the first wedge of clue 3. The yarn that this is Madeline Tosh Merino Light, Nassau Blue, Nassau Green. It's Nassau something, blue or green. It looks more green to me, I think, but the colorway is blue. Anyway, and this one, I got that one at Pearl Soho when I was in New York during the summer. That was my vacation yarn. And this one is also Tosh Merino Light in the Sea Salt colorway. So, and then I had another Tosh Merino Light for the bottom, but it's sort of a brown color, and my sister wants this shawl, and she doesn't like brown, so I switched that out for this is Baby Silk Paca from Malabrigo, and that's a lace weight, so I'm holding it double. And it's really pretty. It's the Archangel colorway, sort of a mauvey pink with but it's all different. There's purples and oranges and coral colors and yellows, all muted. It's really pretty. So that's gonna be the base of my doodler, and it's gonna take a little while. I'm only gonna do 3 wedges, I think, because it's gonna take forever to do 4. And I probably won't do the little picots on the edge, just because I don't know how the lace weight and the fingering are gonna do together with that. So I'll probably just bind off. I'll try maybe binding off with this, and if I don't like that, I'll just bind off with the same color. So that's that. Oh, and that is in my little knitting, I don't know what you call it. It's got a little handle. This was my Christmas present from my sister. I said she was good at thrifting. She found it on Etsy or eBay or something. It's antique little knitting. So I put it by my chair. It's really cool, and I love the plaids. So that was fun. So I guess I have 4 project bags now. Okay, last one is a gigantic, cutting my head off, gigantic project. This is my first sweater for myself. I've been knitting a while, and I've never, for many reasons, not knitted a sweater. I mostly knit accessories, hats, socks, not socks anymore. I have done socks, but shawls, lots of shawls, hats, mittens. I don't really do scarves. Yeah, but I love this pattern. When I saw it, I also love the yarn that it's made out of. So I just said I'm gonna do it. Gonna try and knit a sweater. So it's the Marshall cardigan by Nora Gaunt, which I've called Nora Gauguin for like forever, because apparently I can't read, and if I like art, so I just thought Gauguin. No, it's gone. Anyway, this is what it looks like, and it's very my style. Sort of, it's kind of military, but not too much, and it's got this interesting collar. Anyway, I really like it, and it's Brooklyn tweed pattern, and I love Brooklyn tweed yarn. It's my favorite yarn. So I started this last February. I didn't knit on it at all during the summer though. I started again in the fall, and I have one piece left to do. This is the left front. This is the only piece I have that's blocked. And it's got brioche accents on it. The button band and the bottom, the pockets, and the cuffs are all brioche, which I love. Brioche is so much fun. And this is also, the brioche is in shelter, and the rest of the body is in loft. This is the homemade jam colorway, so that's loft in homemade jam, and then shelter. And it was so far really easy, fun. It's knit in pieces, obviously, which I like. One of the reasons I never knit a sweater is because the idea of knitting in a circle on hundreds of stitches, just stockinette, I'm not going to finish it. Plus, it'd be really heavy on my hands. So this way, I can knit a piece and I finish something, and then I can knit another piece, and I'll see if I still like it after I try seaming it. But I definitely enjoy knitting in pieces, and it's gonna have a lot more structure and to it since it's knit, and since it'll have the seams in it. My only concern is this is really tiny. I'm tiny, 5'3". I'm very small, petite, but I don't know if I'll be able to button it. I was gonna make the second size, but I started on the sleeves because everybody says they hate knitting sleeves. So I was like, well, I'll start with the sleeves and get them over with first. I'm very glad I did that because, first of all, I didn't have any problem knitting the sleeve since it's knitted flat. Didn't bother me at all. But I had knitted the whole cuff part, and then I put it around my arm, and it was at least probably 2 inches too big on the second size. So I ripped that out, and then I started on the smaller size, and the sleeve fits. I mean, I put it over my arm, and it seems to be the perfect length, and it fits around with maybe an inch or so of ease. So I think the sleeve is going to fit perfect, but the body is going to be skin tight. So, I mean, it's just going to fit. I'm just going to have to leave it unbuttoned, that thing, unless it stretches a lot when I block it, which to me, loft doesn't really stretch that much whenever you block it. So we'll see. I didn't really know if you could knit the body in one size and the sleeves in another size. Didn't seem like the sleeve would fit into the sleeve cap area hole. I didn't think it would fit, so I just went with the smaller size. What I should have done was not do the waist shaping, because then I would have had more room, but I didn't know it would be that small. Anyway, I'll wear it either way, even if I can't button it. So I have another sleeve, and this is the back. It's all curled up. It's bigger than it looks, but stretched out like this on the front. The back goes right to the middle of my side. So, and then I have all the little pocket pieces done. Actually, I did these first, then I did the sleeves. I did all the pockets and the little pocket tops. And excuse me. And I did the collar. I actually did the collar in the second size instead of, but it's only, I think it's only like half an inch difference, so that's fine. So this is my, I think this is, yeah, this is my, I needed 2 skeins of shelter, so that's my second one, and then I have this, much of a skein left, plus I have 2 more of loft, so I should have plenty. I ordered for the second size, so I'll probably have a whole extra skein when I'm done, which is cool because I have a plan for that too now. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. Hopefully, the only reason I haven't done that right front yet is because I have to mark on the left where all the buttons go, and then you have to pay attention to where to put the buttonholes on the right. So I need to write it all out, or it's not going to come out right. So I just need to take the time to do that, and then I can knit that and then attempt to seam it. So I think that's it for now, for my first episode to just try this out. And I completely forgot to tell you who I am on the internets. I am Jane. Am I Jane? Jane Austen on Ravelry, like the author, JaneAusten, and I am J Austen 1775 on Instagram, and that's it. That's the only. I don't do any other social media. If you want to contact me, Ravelry message would be the fastest way. I love Instagram, but where I work, there's no internet, no connection for phones. It's very limited. We have internet, we have computers, but there's no Wi-Fi, and it's a little remote anyway. So I can only check Instagram when I wake up in the morning, and usually when I get home after I've done everything, so it's about 7, usually 7 or 8 o'clock by the time I can check it, and then maybe on my day it's off. So I will answer you if you talk to me on Instagram, but it won't be instant. So, and I think that's it. If you watch and it was interesting or not interesting or anything, just let me know. And hopefully I'll do it again if people enjoyed it. And I may put some pictures in of our trip to the beach after this, if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, thank you. Bye.